Hello guys, my name is Sister Melania and this is
Brother Jeremiah.
And today we're going to be talking about don't call your children kids.
Because you're putting a curse on them whenever you call them kids.
Okay, let's go to the scriptures. Join me to the book of Matthew 25 KJV. First we're going to verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, that means they're talking about Jesus Christ. And he's going to sit on his throne. In the throne, he's going to sit on earth on his throne. Okay, now we're going to read verse 32.
And before him shall be gathered nationals, and he shall separate them from another, and a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. Now that means you're starting to call them goats, which is bad, but if you call them children, they will be called sheep, which is good. Okay. So now we are about to read verses 33.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. He's talking about all the children is going to be on his right side, the good children.
There are sheep. And the goats is going to be on the left, and they're called kids. Because they've been bad. Okay, now we're going to go to verse 34. Then shall the king say upon his right hand, Come ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the fountain of the world.
And what does that mean?
That means that...
Okay, Brother Kwame, what does that mean?
What verse y'all?
34.
Matthew 25, verse 34. What does the Lord say? Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand. Okay, so the king is talking about the king who is Jesus Christ. He says the King Jesus is about to say something to the people on his right hand side, who are the righteous people, who are the sheep, who are the children. And he's going to say, Come, ye blessed of my Father. And he's saying that y'all are blessed of my Father, by my Father, the Most High. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you. So he's getting ready to inform the sheep, the children, to inherit the kingdom, which is heaven, that is prepared for you from the foundation of the world. All right, go to the verse next, verse 35.
Okay, for I was
hungered,
and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and he took me in. Verse 36.
No, you gotta explain that.
It means that on the sheep side, he's talking about the sheep. That he was saying that for I was hungry, he gave me meat. And that means like he did everything that he wanted them to do.
No, what he's saying is the sheep, again, you're right, you're correct when he's talking to the sheep and he's informing them and letting them know that all of those homeless people, all the people that was on the street corners, when they asked those people, or when the people asked them, hey, I need something to eat, or I'm hungry, or you got $1 or $2 or something like that, he's informing them that that was him. And he said that y'all did a good job because y'all helped me out. And he's letting them know that that was him, Christ, his spirit. That's what he's saying. Now go ahead.
36.
Okay. Let's see. Naked and ye clothed me. I was sick and ye visited me. I was in prison and ye came upon me. So that means whenever you when he had clothed you, when he mean by naked and ye had clothed me, that means like whenever you was homeless, you didn't have any clothes to wear, but the homeless people that be asking, can I please have some money so I can buy me something to wear? Because every time whenever homeless people be outside, they be homeless and their clothes be messed up and stuff, and it be cold outside, and that's when people be helping them so they can have clothing. And what he mean by let's see, I was sick and ye visit me. Whenever they be sick, somebody
when they was in the hospital or something.
Like they was in the hospital or something.
And they was in the hospital or something.
Because he said, and you visited me. He didn't have to necessarily be the hospital. It could have been at their home on a sick bed or a death bed. But he was saying that y'all came and visited me and y'all checked me out and y'all helped me out, gave me what I needed.
Okay, and when he say, I was in prison, ye came unto me. So that really means that whenever you be at prison or you get locked up for something that you have done, you hope that you get out soon, but God comes to you and tell you what you need to do and helps you try and get out. Now to verses 37.
37.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Read, Brother Kwame.
Oh, God, read.
They shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when we saw thee and hungry and fed these, or thirsty and gave these drink. It means that the sheeps, they saw the homeless people on the road, so they decided to give them some food.
No, it's not saying that. What it's saying is the righteous, who are the sheep, like you said, they're responding back to Christ. Remember, that was Christ speaking to them in the last couple verses. Now, the righteous people who are the sheep are responding back to Christ. And they're saying, Lord, when saw we thee in hunger? Or when I saw you, that was you that was hungry? And I am the one that fed you? Or I am the one that gave you something to drink when you was thirsty? You see that? Like, I gave you drink, that was you. That's the sheep responding to Christ saying that because they didn't know. These are all the people that's on the right-hand side of Jesus Christ. The people that go into heaven, the kingdom of heaven. Now, verse 38.
Okay. When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothing thee. So what that means is like whenever let's see.
Remember, it's the sheep still responding to Christ. They're speaking right now.
So that means they would. You see, other people that doesn't have a home. Some people might be really nice enough to let them stay inside their house for a while, so they can get their stuff right, and so they can.
Listen. The breakdown has got to be in context. Remember, this is the sheep responding to Jesus Christ. They're talking to Jesus Christ. What are they talking to Jesus Christ about? Remember, they're still like in shock, like that was you the whole time that I was doing all this for? You see what I'm saying? That's all they're doing. They're just responding to Christ. So now let's drop down. Let's drop down. Okay, let's drop down to 41 now. Go ahead.
They shall, he say also into them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels.
So what is that saying?
it's saying that everybody on the left hand
So
depart from me.
now he's talking to everybody on the left hand side. What is he saying to
The
the
first-
people on the left hand side who
the-
are the what? What are the people on the left hand side?
The devil worshiper.
No. What are the people on the left hand side? What is
Oh, the goats,
and what are the goats?
kids.
Okay, remember, you gotta explain it. Remember in the beginning of the video, what did you say? Y'all were talking about kids. Do not call your children kids. So you gotta break that down and edify the people why they shouldn't call their children kids. And this is why. Keep explaining it. Remember, don't forget, this is the context of the lesson. Now read.
Because the first thing he said on the left hand, he said, "Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels."
Okay.
Okay, explain it.
That means that everybody on the left hand side is gonna go in the lakes of fire.
But who is everybody on the left hand side?
The kids.
Okay. So is this why parents and people should not call their children kids?
Yes.
And you gotta explain that, y'all. Y'all can't just sit there in silence. Now go to the next one.
For I was in hunger, hungered, and ye gave me on meat, and I was thirsty, and
No,
ye
you
gave.
gave me no meat.
No.
Remember now, he's talking to the people. He's talking to a different set of people. People on the left hand side, and he said, "When I was in hunger, you gave me no meat." So he getting ready to say negative things about the people on the left hand side. Keep reading.
I was thirsty, and gave me no drink. Now that means the people that are on the left hand side, that are kids, which are goats, goats.
They never fed the homeless people, and they never gave God no food. They didn't give God no drink.
Which is kind of sad because all
Because
them
because the homeless people was asking for some food, but that was God that was asking.
but they haven't gave it to them, and that's the kids, or what you call goats, that are on the left hand side.
Okay.
Now drop down.
To 43.
Drop down to the 45th verse.
The 45th? Okay.
No. Drop down to 44.
Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when we saw, we did the deed in hunger, or ostrich, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee. That means that when, like he said,
Now
the hunger.
remember, who are now these people on the left hand side? Now they're getting ready to respond to Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Now what are they saying to Jesus Christ?
They shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did not to me. What does it mean, Jeremiah?
So that means the people that are on the left hand side, which are goats, which are kids too, what they have done, they haven't took in people like homeless people that are sick, or that has been in prison. They haven't been fed or haven't been given anything, so they have been
Not doing what God said.
and let's see.
So
What are y'all stuck on?
on 45 to explain.
Y'all on 44 or 45?
45.
Then shall he answer them. Okay, so now we're seeing Christ is getting ready to respond to the people on his left hand side. Shall he answer them? Christ is answering them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these. So Christ is saying that y'all didn't do the least of these, y'all didn't do nothing. Like the people on the right hand side. Y'all never fed me, y'all never clothed me, y'all never gave me anything to drink when I was thirsty, or any of that. And Christ want to say, ye did it not to me. Alright, verse 46, read.
And these shall go away into everlasting.
Into what?
Everlasting punishment.
Everlasting what?
Punishment.
Read.
But the righteous into life eternal.
Eternal. What does the word eternal mean?
Forever.
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 Go ahead. Y'all gonna break it down?
So
Y'all did a good job.
It means that and it means all the people that's on the left side, the kids, the goats, they are going to be in everlasting punishment forever, and that's the lakes of fire.
Okay,
and forever.
So does that mean, are y'all saying that is the reason why parents today needs to stop calling their children kids?
yes,
Why?
because they will be
Because they're cursing them? Is that what y'all saying? That's what you
Yes.
said earlier, Brother Jeremiah.
Yes. And they will be tortured in the lakes of fire forever
And ever.
and there's no stopping. It's going to be for eternity and
it's never going to
stop.
So you're also telling me that there's a difference and a separation between children and kids?
Yes.
So you're telling me that I cannot pull one word or one time in the Bible of God calling his children kids?
Nope. Never.
So why are people calling all their children kids then if God never called any of his children kids?
Because some of them don't believe in the Bible.
And
Where did they get that from?
They got that from the devil.
They got it from the world.
The world.
That's why. When you go to the book of Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to this world, ladies and gentlemen.
This wicked world.
This wicked world.
This world is very cold.
and a lot of stuff happens, and mostly some people wouldn't care about it because what's happening to this world is
There's a lot of things that's happening to this world, and there's killing going on. There's a lot of things that go on that people don't even know. Like they think it's gonna be a happy world. The world is not gonna end. They're gonna go to church and have fun and learn about the Bible, but that's not going on.
that's not what's really happening.
They have been deceived. And why they have been deceived?
Because of the world.
Because of what?
World.
Because of the what?
World.
Because of the world and because of the person who runs this world. Jump into the book of Revelations, chapter 12, the 9th verse. And what does God say? And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So all these people that's calling their children kids,
It's gonna
y'all are cursing your children. Y'all putting a spell on y'all children, and they're going to eventually get cast into the lakes of fire with Satan. That devil, that dragon, that old serpent called the devil.
And the people that call their children kids is gonna go to the lake of fire.
Now, these are two real children that's teaching on this live today. And y'all can sit here and laugh at them all y'all want. Y'all can sit here and like, oh, I ain't worried about that. It's not important. Y'all can say all that all y'all want. But I guarantee you, the Most High God will have the last laugh on Judgment Day. And He will judge you, and He will bring the same moment up. Remember those two children that was on that line that was trying to teach y'all to stop calling your children kids, but you kept doing it, and you caused your child to fall into the lake of fire. Because that's why this is the generation of vipers, ladies and gentlemen. This is the generation of vipers. That's why this is the generation of vipers, because the words that you use. Remember, Proverbs 18:21. Death and life is in the power of the tongue.
The tongues.
Death and life, so meaning you can speak death on somebody or you can speak life on somebody. So if you're speaking life on somebody, you're speaking a righteous spirit on somebody. But whenever you're speaking, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead. What you about to say?
If you're speaking death on somebody, you're putting a curse on somebody.
And that's calling your children
kids.
Y'all got something to say before we close this out?
No.
Well, stop calling your children kids, or you and your child will go to the lakes of fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's your boy, Brother Kwame.
And Sister Melania.
And Brother Jeremiah.
And from the line of Judah Teach channel.
We'll see y'all later in the next video.